What's up, everybody? So this is going to be a quick video tonight. Wanted to just give you a little example of planning and kind of what it looks like to try to conceptualize. So great, I want to build a tower. Awesome. Well, I also want it to look good. So how do you start to figure out what you're going to do? Obviously, I can't just build a gigantic dick into the sky, right? Like it just a straight like square all the way up. That's like not going to be very good looking. So you have to figure out, man, what do I want this to look like? How do I want to make it architecturally interesting? So you can see here I've completed the base all the way around, and I'm pretty happy with that. I think it does look um, architecturally pleasing. The patterns I think look good. I think it has enough detail to make it look really nice. So what are we going to do on top? Well, this is part of how you start to try to figure out what you're going to do. So as you've noticed throughout my videos, like I tend to use a lot of brightly colored blocks when I'm just trying to visualize quickly, kind of sketch out kind of what maybe I might try to do. I'll use individual different colored blocks uh, so often along the length of a line, so I can kind of group blocks together. So I know that from here, from this white block right here where I'm pointing to here is a group of 10, things like that. And then in different sections, sometimes I'll use different colors just to, be able to help my mind kind of separate uh, differentiate, that's what I was starting to say, differentiate different sections. That's also really important for depth. So if you have sections that are, like for example, this green bit is set further back than this red bit, sometimes that helps. I'll use colors to kind of, because if you're far away from it, you can't necessarily perfectly judge the depth. Anyway, these are things that just help my brain try to imagine what I might want something to look like. Now, it'll be interesting because I really don't have any idea what this looks like to someone else. Like, if you kind of go, "Oh yeah, I see how what this entire tower is going to look like now, from the ground to the top," or if you just go, "Can't really tell what's happening there. I don't really know what that looks like." But this is sort of my um, this is an outline of, obviously the first, the lowest base part of the tower. And with this, I have a pretty good idea, more or less, of what I'm going to do all the way up to the top. And again, this is a tower. I don't know if I ever said this in the videos or not. I can't remember. But part of doing this, there's a lot of different things I wanted to do with this. But one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted it to go to the maximum height that you can build. So at the very top up there, you're not actually able to lay down another block. There's a ceiling where you can't build any higher than that ceiling. And so that's part of what I wanted to do up there. Um, so with just this, I spent a lot of time tonight. I tried a bunch of different things. I laid down a lot of blocks. I destroyed a lot of blocks. I now have a loose outline. And with this, I kind of have an idea, the basic idea of what I'm going to do all the way to the top. And even though other sections of this tower aren't going to be exactly identical with this section, just putting this down gave me enough of an idea, a visual idea of kind of what I'm going to do. Now, I also want to say, just to just to be clear, I'm not necessarily. I don't care particularly about having things be 100% created out of my own imagination. Like I just enjoy building, and so I also went to the internet and I looked around at other Minecraft builders and structures that they've created for a lot of inspiration and things that looked interesting to me. Now, the base of this tower was more or less, I mean, I'm sure other people have done similar things, right? But the base of this tower was just pretty much me doing my thing. The tower itself, though, I've taken a lot of inspiration from, a handful of tower designs out there that look really good, and I'm largely trying to recreate those things. Um, I got no problem doing that, but to be fair, I just wanted to like acknowledge that. I don't even know. I can't give credit to particular builders because I don't have any idea. These were just images I pulled off of Google. But I don't have any problem with that. I like trying to look at that, trying to recreate things that I like. So, but anyway, this is kind of how this process starts. and we're going to translate this hopefully into an awesome looking tower. Going forward, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I don't know if I'm going to build more of the tower. Part of me, even though the landscape is really boring work, part of me kind of feels like I'd almost like to get the landscape done before I build the tower. That way, when the tower is completely finished, there's not this anticlimactic feeling of like, wow, I've got the awesome tower done. Now I have to plant trees everywhere, you know? So we'll see what I do next. I really don't know what I'm going to do next. But that's it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed. Cheers.